Welcome to Nachsiman. I'm Jacob Thomas, and today we'll be learning Shmuel aleph, perek lamed aleph, the last perek in all of Shmuel aleph, which Shmuel aleph, Shmuel bet should really be one safer, but that's a story for another time. This perek begins with the Plishtim and with the battle between Israel and the Plishtim on Mount Gilboa, where exactly as Shmuel Hanavi had prophesied beyond the grave, Bnei Israel will be defeated and flee in chaos. Sadly, Shaul's sons, Yonatan, Avinadav, and Malchishua, are all killed on the same day. Shaul is surrounded by Plishtim. He's critically wounded, and he's afraid of being taken away and tortured, and begs the person who carries his armor to kill him. The armor bearer refuses to kill the king, so Shaul takes his own sword and falls upon it. Seeing the king get dead, the armor bearer does the same. This is a tragic end to Israel's first king. Now, with the king dead, the army is scattered. Bnei Israel abandoned their cities. And the next day, the Plishtim find the bodies of Shaul and his sons. They cut off Shaul's head, take off his armor, place to give to their idols, and fasten the royal robes, the royal bodies, to the wall of Beit Shan. Now, when the people of Yavesh Gilad hear what they did, they at night march to Beit Shan. Now, in perek Yud aleph, Shaul's first act as king was protecting the town of Beit Shan, of Yavesh Gilad. They're repaying this debt to this king that saved them and gave Shaul and his sons a respectful burial and fast for many days. As a recap, we have the defeat of Israel at Mount Gilboa, the death of Shaul's son, the death of Shaul, and the desecration that the Plishtim do to Shaul HaMelech, and the rescue of the men of Yavesh Gilad of Shaul. We are going to do now our siman. We are in perek lamed aleph, so just like Zichru, we use a lawyer. Lamed aleph, law, lawyer. The judge pronounces the death of the king, or the judge in this case. This reminds us how Shaul was in a battle with the Plishtim. First his sons died, then he died, then the Plishtim take him, and then the people of Yavesh Gilad save him after death. So one more time with the siman. The judge pronounces the death of the king. We are going to now do a 4 perek back chazar, starting with perek chaf zayin. David plays the kazoo in celebration of joining the Plishtim army. This reminds us how, at a certain point, David realizes that that Shaul is going to continue to attack him, so he joins the Plishtim army, living a double life, pretending to kill Jews when he's killing Plishtim to make the king happy. Chaf chet, we use a strong man. The really strong witch pulls the spirit of an old man from the grave for King Shaul. This reminds us how God would stop talking to Shaul in all ways, so he goes to a witch, which is halachically not allowed, who then pulls Shmuel from the grave. Shmuel gives a devastating prophecy to King Shaul about what will happen in the war in this perek. Perek chavtet, we use a cot. The Plishtim threw away the cot as David was laying on it. This reminds us how David was going to join the Plishtim in war. The people had immunity, did not allow him to join them, thinking that he would double-cross them. So they threw away David, who then goes home and finds utter destruction. Perek lamed, we use a melamed, a teacher. David hires a teacher for the children he rescued from captivity. This reminds us how when David got back home to Tziklag, his land, he saw that Amalekim plundered the entire city. So he and his men are very sad. They go and get the people, bring them back, find an Egyptian slave who helps them, and they're back home. And David splits the money between the people who stayed with the bags and the people who went. We're going to now do a 10-question pop quiz. Where does Shaul and Yonatan die in what perek do Shaul and Yonatan die in battle? Perek Lamed Aleph. What perek do we have the Aaron captured, causing the death of Eli? Perek Daled. In which perek does Shaul save Yavesh Gilad from Nachash? Perek Yud Aleph. In which perek does Shmuel tell Shaul that the kingdom has been torn away? Perek Tet Vav. In which perek does David defeat Goliath with a sling? Perek Yud Zayin. In which perek does Yonatan signal David with arrows? Perek Chaf. In which perek do you have the people of Yavesh Gilad rescuing Shaul's body from Beit Shan? Perek Lamed Aleph. In which perek does David spare Shaul in the cave? Perek Chaf Daled. In which perek does David rescue captives the captives from Amalek? Perek Lamed. Shoftim bonus question. In which perek does Gidon defeat Midian with 300 men? Perek Zayin. That is it for today. May we be zocha to finish all of Nach, one perek at a time, and remember it day after day. Have a wonderful day.